Okay, I want to talk to you and share with you information regarding the Draconis. And it's best that I just read this to you. It's really the easiest way, and then I'm going to read to you about holographically how we created ourselves in the Andromedan perspective. Now this is important. I'm choosing the Draconis here specifically because they are really, they're really the force that is suppressing us, or trying to suppress us by instilling fear in belief systems and creating a restrictive hierarchy. The Draconin race is probably the most misunderstood. I have witnessed a deep respect for this race. The Andromedans consider the Draconins the ultimate warriors. Not in a positive sense, but in a negative sense. The Draconins are the oldest reptilian race in our universe. Their forefathers, somewhere in our most ancient past, came to our universe from another separate universe and or reality. When this actually occurred, no one really knows. The Andromedans have said that the Draconins themselves aren't real clear how and when they themselves got here. But what is interesting is that they declare and teach to their masses that they were in this universe first, before human beings, and that they are heirs to this universe, and as such, all of them are royalty. They are disgusted why all the human races don't recognize this claim as truth. But nonetheless, they don't debate the issue with them either. They have colonized many star systems, and they have created many races by genetically altering the life forms that they encountered. The most densely populated area of the subraces of the Draconins is in the constellation of Orion, which is a huge star system that has millions of stars in it, which are suns, which have solar systems around them. And Rigel, and also the star system known as Capella. Here lies a very dangerous part of the universe for human beings. The mindset or consciousness of the majority of these races in this region is service to self, and as such they are always subverting and invading and manipulating less advanced races and using their technology for control and domination. This is a very old and ancient war. And the peace that does not exist is always being tested by these beings that believe that fear rules and love is weak. Very basic fundamental difference. That the less fortunate are meant to be slaves, and this belief system is created at birth in the reptilian races, as the mother at the time of birth will hide the young and then abandon them to fend for themselves. And most of the time they are cared for, if they survive, by the warrior class that uses these children for games of combat and amusement. So as you can see, by what the Andromedans have said, at a very young age, they are taught to be warriors. They are forever in survival, which means they have no boundaries. They believe that there are ways that if the young one survives, they were meant to. But in the process, they have to fight all the way at a young age till they are full warriors, and that they are used to depending on no one. They are very suspicious of all life forms, including their own, but not, of course, to the extent that they would be of humans, because it's ingrained in them never to trust a human. They are taught the draconian history of the Great Galactic War. That version or opinion was that humans were at fault for the invasion of the universe and how we selfishly wanted the draconian race to starve and struggle for the basic materials for their society to exist. Therefore, they are brainwashed at a young age, just like we humans have done to our younger generations, etc., etc. Now, there are some real similarities there. Draconian thought, that's actually an expression here in our world. I would suggest you guys research that.
Those that are in the earth
The only way I know of to get them out would be to enter at the poles and force them out to the surface. Which means it could get really weird. It could get really weird when you have, you see reptilians running across the highway, the interstates. I mean, it could get really, really, really weird. Please, please don't turn on each other. When the aliens get here, all we're going to have is each other. They don't look at the United States as a race. They don't look at the blacks as a race, the Chinese as a race, the Japanese as a race. They look at us as a race. They look at a planet, and it doesn't matter the color of their skins or their beliefs. They look at us as one race. And they're right to do so, because the whites kill the whites, the blacks kill the blacks, the Chinese kill the Japanese Japanese kill the Chinese. I mean, it's just, what difference does it make if we're killing each other? Not all human races are, not all reptilian races are dark. And not all human races are dark, but there's a mix. And when we start meeting these races, you're going to have to trust your gut instinct. But they're coming, folks. They're coming. It means it's going to get ugly.